North Carolina wants you to be a home buyer. That is absolutely a fact. Today, we're talking about the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency and a couple of down payment assistance programs that they offer. And they've been around forever, guys, but a lot of people really don't know about kind of what they do. So I wanted to bring this video to you today and go through it. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about what the NC Housing Finance Agency actually does. We're going to talk about the two programs that are primarily offered, and we're going to talk about how to determine which one is best for you and get into how to apply. So Stephen, talk to us about the NC Housing Finance Agency. What exactly are they doing over there?
Man, they're doing great things. And, this is the old tried and true program, right? It's been around forever. Over the years, over my 20 plus years of doing loans with the state of North Carolina using their down payment assistance program, this thing's, it changes. We've seen different programs come and go. But their mission is to support first time homebuyers who need assistance, the down payment factor, because their mission is to get people in homes, right? So this fund has been established for that reason. And over the years, their process has gotten a lot better, right? At certain points, there was a lot of I'll say negative energy around this program because it was cumbersome and it took a while and your file had to go to Raleigh, and when would it ever come back? No one knows. But they've really worked on their efficiencies, and it's very user friendly. So from the lender standpoint, we love partnering with the state of North Carolina, and to somebody that wants to buy a home and they're ready, but their bank account might not be ready. My goodness, man, this is the way you're going to do it.
Yeah, and as you can see right there, they know what they're doing because they have done 333,400 affordable homes and apartments. They've had $37.4 billion over the years. So, that's a lot of people that they're helping out. So
That's
what
right.
I want to shift gears into the two particular programs that we're going to be talking about today. And guys, I know as I go through these slides, you may have questions. That's what we're here for. Some of these programs do get confusing, but we're trying to break this down as easy as we can. So we have two essential programs. We have the NC Home Advantage Mortgage, and then we have the North Carolina First Home Advantage down payment mortgage. So both of these programs sound similar, but they are different in different ways. So let's talk about the NC Home Advantage Mortgage Program. First, I'm going to give you the highlights of the program, and then Stephen's going to kind of go into more depth about the advantages of this one here. So basically, this one here is for first-time buyers and move-up buyers. So you're not limited to just being a first-time buyer. You have up to 3% of the loan amount for down payment assistance as a 0% interest second lien, which is really awesome. And then this is for primary residences only. And I'm only going to get into the eligible properties here in just a moment. But primary residences only, and you do need a 640 credit score. For this particular program, there is an income limit of $152,000, which is very generous from what this used to be. And then there are no sales price limits for this particular program. You can do a conventional FHA, VA, or USDA loan. You have to be a legal resident of the United States, and the property obviously must be in North Carolina. So let's talk about the eligible properties really quick on this one. Single family homes, townhomes, and condos are absolutely cool. You can actually do this program with a duplex, and you can do a manufactured home, but you have to have a 660 credit score. So Stephen, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Can you provide some more context around this for our viewers?
Yeah, and when I talk to customers and potential home buyers about these programs, I have to remind them, if you're needing the state's assistance and the state's willing to give you their money, then you're also playing by their rules. So a lot of time in lending, there's black and white, and then there's a gray area. We can try to get a manual exception. We can ask for a favor. These rules are cut and dry. So if you've got a 639, we got to get you to that 640. 639, they're not going to answer the door. And I'm not saying that as a negative. It's just the honesty of the program, where we lose a little bit of control, but you gain what you need, which is the down payment, right? The other thing is the state posts the interest rates. We as lender, we're no longer in control of your interest rate. And the cool thing is, once you decide, who your lender is, hopefully it's someone like us, you don't have to worry about that. They post it on their website every single day. It's there. There's no shopping for rates per se. It takes that pressure off of it, but you have to be eligible. And then the math has to work on whatever the interest rate is for your qualification. So it really makes the process a little bit simpler because it's like, are you eligible and are you interested? And can we get you approved? If all three boxes are checked, then let's giddy up and go get you a house.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's shift gears now and talk about the second program that we were just referencing earlier. And that one is the North Carolina First Home Advantage Down Payment Mortgage. That's a mouthful to say, but
It
basically
is.
it is a mouthful to say. But here are the parameters on this one. A lot of them are going to be the same as the first, but there are some differences. So you have to be a first-time home buyer or a military veteran. So you have to 100% be a first-time home buyer. That means you cannot have owned a home in the last 3 years. So this particular program, NC Housing, is going to give you up to $15,000 for down payment assistance as a 0% interest second lien. And again, primary residences only. 640 credit score, that still holds true. This one here, what makes this different is there are income limits and there are sales price limits. And I'll break those down for you in a moment. Again, you can do a conventional FHA, VA, or USDA loan. You have to be a legal resident of the United States. And of course, the property must be in North Carolina. So the eligible properties for this one here are single family homes, townhomes and condos, just like before, manufactured homes, but you have to have a 660 score.
And Brian, breaking news on that, they updated that the manufactured home, the double wide, it has to be 10 years old or newer. So anything that was pre 2016 would not be eligible for this program.
Okay, good to know. Appreciate you bringing me on the update on that one. See, that's why you're good at what you do, Stephen. You always have the updates.
Appreciate that.
But no duplexes are allowed for this one. So you guys can see where the programs are similar, but they are different. So again, reach out to us with questions if you have a specific situation. So we mentioned that there are income limits to this particular program. And so this is how this works. If there's only one person that's going to be living in the household, the income limit is $112,000 per year. And ironically enough, the income limit is also $112,000 per year if there's two people in the house. So keep that in mind. Now, if you do have more people living in the property, say that's a husband, wife, and they've got a child, that's 3 people in the house, the income limit goes up to $129,000 per year. And then these income limits, though, guys, are for Mecklenburg and surrounding counties. So each county in North Carolina could have different limits. So when I'm talking about the Mecklenburg County limit, that does apply for like Cabarrus, Gaston, Union. It's that Mecklenburg and surrounding counties. So there's the income limits, and the sales price limit on this program is super generous. It's $495,000. So that's pretty darn good.
Absolutely.
So Stephen, any further commentary on this program?
Yeah, this is definitely the more popular option, right? Things to be aware of is household income is a very important word. So if you have grandma living in your house and she's not going to be on the loan, but she gets Social Security, we got to document that. Maybe you're separated and your children get different types of income. That counts, right? So the state makes us really dive into that household income, but the power of this program, right? The first option gives you 3%. It's going to cover your down payment, but there's still closing costs. If the seller's not willing to cover that, you may still be writing to have to write a check. With the 15,000, we can structure this and we do it every single time because it's a strategy where that can cover your down payment and your closing cost. And the program actually allows you to get back up to $2,500. So we've done this program many, many times where the customer is actually leaving closing with a check and they bought a house. And there is not a more powerful feeling in that celebration than watching somebody say, this just seems too good to be true. And it's not. And there's always, it's true. We do it. And there's always the fine print. This loan is what we call a silent second mortgage. So it exists, it's recorded, but there's never a payment due out of your pocket. And in fact, if you're in the house for 15 years, you actually don't owe a penny back.
Yeah, that's a great tee up for my next slide, Stephen. I was just going to talk about that. So
It's
let's
powerful.
yeah, so let's talk about the second lien repayment. This is for both programs that we just talked about, right? So basically, there is no monthly payment due each month. It truly is a 0% interest second mortgage. So if you do sell the property before year number 10, you do have to pay the $15,000 back. However, as Stephen was mentioning, if you stay in the property a certain amount of time, and I'm going to show you what those are, it's forgiven. So 10 years or less you sell, you have to pay 100% back. But if you live in the house for 11 years, you have to pay back 80%. If you live there for 12 years, you only have to pay back 60. If you live there for 13 years, you pay back 40%. If you live there for 14 years, you only have to pay back 20%. But if you do call this your forever home and you live there for 15 years, you don't have to pay back any of that second mortgage lien, guys. So that's super, super, super powerful. So the next question you might be asking was, how do you apply for one of these mortgages? Well, you have to go through a North Carolina housing approved lender. And contact Stephen, guys. All of his information is below. He has been a lender with NC Housing for years and years and years. He'll get you set up on the right path, right? And the file, just so you know, has to be underwritten by the primary lender, which would be Alcova Mortgage in this scenario. And then the file goes to NC Housing for them to underwrite it as well. So it goes to 2 underwrites. So allow at least an extra week for NC Housing underwriting. This particular program can get done fairly quickly, but we do have to buffer in a little bit of time for both underwrites to happen. But overall, it is a very seamless process. So guys, if you need, again, Stephen's help, right here's his contact information. Scan that QR code. It'll take you right to his calendar. I know you may have a lot of questions about this, but Stephen will guide you through it. And then once he gets you approved on it, reach out to us. My team and I would love to help you find that perfect home. So guys, we appreciate you watching our videos. If you're getting any value out of our videos, like it, subscribe to the channel. We love bringing you guys content that's going to help you become a homeowner in 2026 and beyond. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.